Hello, welcome to another episode of The Aftermath. My name is Ian, and it's another little spooky season episode, but we didn't.
Not as spooky as
Yeah, we did.
Get ready for an all-star brawl, you sons of bitches!
That was way too much energy in
Oh
there.
my gosh, I've never experienced so much energy from Dylan.
I had to get it out.
I mean, it was great. I'm hyped. I'm ready to go.
Well, we watched Alan versus Dalton today.
It was a title match.
I named every creature, and you'll just have to get used to which one's which, because I actually don't know how to explain it any other way.
Yeah, we gave our own spin.
Yeah,
our own names.
I'll go on
for
ahead
certain
and I'll
characters.
run them down. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Here we go.
We watched Alien
top.
versus Predator. So Alan versus Dalton.
Right.
Right. So the main character, the girl who kills an alien, the only one who survives. Big shocker. We'll get to that later. I named her Mary Sue for obvious reasons. I named her Mary Sue from the first minute of the movie.
Right.
And then
because
we have
not wrong.
Exactly, yeah. We have the Predator who was able to mark his mask and survives till just about the end. We named him Dalton. We've got the alien that had the net on it and had the netting scar on its face. His name was Alan.
Yeah, the crosshatch.
Yeah, he was pretty cool. Alan defeated the other Predator, and his name was Bobby. He was the one who got the scratch scar on his mask. Rest in peace, Bobby. And then we have the Queen Alien, who we just named Django because she was unchained.
Well, her name was originally Alice because she was in chains.
But then she got unchained and was given a new title for the final match.
Right.
So
for the final bout, she became Django.
The important ones are you need to know Django, the Queen Alien. You need to know Dalton, the Predator, and then Mary Sue, who you shouldn't need any help with. Right. Oh man!
Literally, I thought that like a majority of the cast was gonna die. I
Not
didn't
in the
know
first
that
2 seconds, bro.
I didn't know that
Oh, yeah,
every
dude.
single character introduced dies except for Mary Sue.
Yes.
I was like, oh my god, I can't believe
So
it.
I figured that everyone, I legitimately, my same complaint I had about Alien is why I was already spoiled for this movie, because I had the same complaint about Alien. A Mary Sue character just survives for no reason, just plot armors, right? So I knew that chick was going to survive whenever she was the first person see.
But I would wager that like that.
The
and I
difference
knew-
being Ripley is
Ripley's-
an enjoyable character.
Yes,
to
I
watch.
wouldn't say that Ripley wasn't a Mary Sue though.
I still think that she kind of was. I mean, I still think she had more depth and was a way better character, but the fact that she just
She
had stupid
definitely
plot armor, that's why I didn't
was
like it.
less of a Mary Sue in Aliens.
Well, in Aliens, yes. What about
Yeah.
Alien? Because I liked Aliens.
Right.
The reason why I didn't like Alien, the original, because that's why I didn't like it, because she was just a plot armor character for no reason. We're not talking about that movie, though. So
Right.
what I'm saying is that I knew from the beginning that, like, okay, this chick, she's introduced, she's a cool cat character. She
Right.
keeps literally insulting her boss, and just nobody's stopping her. She's just a Mary Sue character.
Right.
The worst. So I knew that it was going to end with her living, nobody else living. But I was, like, hoping people would survive a little bit longer. No. In the first, like, 10 minutes of the actual action, every single character is dead, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Because
Except for like 2 or 3.
within
But
the
you-
first
but you
10
know
minutes,
they're
everyone's
doomed, though.
dead. Yeah, except everyone's dead, and there's like 2 more that like you can kind of say make it, but they were dead from the beginning.
Right, exactly.
It's just watching fresh meat go into the chopping block.
And then
Yeah.
the whole movie just feels like a whole me just saying "big shocker." I kept nudging Dylan saying, "This is my shocked face," because she kills an alien, she gets the mark, and then she kills the queen technically.
Can I, before we continue on with all that stuff, there is, I liked how they set up the cast of like this like ragtag band of guys,
Yeah.
but I did like Ethan's complaints are, I don't really think I cared for,
It's they're so shallow.
Everyone
as
is
the
Yes.
characters go.
Yes.
I think-
no one's gonna blame you if you like
Yeah.
don't get attached. It's almost like
Right.
they know.
Well, I
But-
think the thing is, you didn't. I said it really early in the movie. You don't know anybody's name.
Right.
Like even the main character, whose name I do know now, it was like Alex or something.
Yeah,
right?
Brooks.
Yeah, but it was Brooks. I called her Mary Sue so much that I actually stopped paying attention to her name.
I love the fact that, like, I think I remember her name. Her name was
Yeah.
Alex. No, it was actually Brooks. Oh,
no, Alex Brooks, right? No, or like Lex,
It was Lex. I don't know. Whatever.
right? That was her
Yeah.
name. See, that's the problem. None of us know her name. We watched the entire movie. See, this is
Right.
this right here describes it
Yeah.
enough because she was
Yeah.
the main character, and there was one guy who had a really complicated name, Verheiden, and you only know his name because it said so many times whenever they
Yeah.
were screaming it,
Yeah.
and he dies in the first like 20 minutes of combat, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
you don't know anything about anybody, which they're not trying to get attached to anybody, but and I'm not. As we
that's,
mentioned,
that's my thing. Is like my complaint with it isn't that they're shallow or that we're not getting attached to them, because I know that's not the point of it. So I understand, they from the get go, they're like,
But
these
like,
parents. I mean, these not parents. These people you're not going to care about.
Right.
They're just side characters.
you can make him shallow, but at least make him a puddle. Damn.
But like
a glass of water or something.
But that's what I think. That's why I have some complaints about other movies that do that want to have this emotional connection, that want you to care about the character, and then have no like backstory. And then whenever you kill them off, the main character's crying about it. And I was like, I hope you don't think I'm also
the new Star Wars movies.
No. I hope you're not worried about me. Like, I hope that you're not wanting to elicit some kind of sad emotion, because
won't get it out of me.
I haven't had a chance to connect with somebody.
I don't know this person's name. Am I supposed to be sad? That's exactly how most of this movie is.
I would definitely classify this one as like a slasher flick.
Definitely.
Without the singular slasher, it's just everybody getting slashed left and right.
Exactly, yeah. It's just death left and right.
Sometimes literally.
/ Team A versus / Team B versus the humans.
The slashed.
And the humans. And this
the
is
soon to be
and the
slashed.
cattle, as they were called.
Yeah. And I think one thing as well is that this is like where it's going to go, at least in my opinion.
Right.
So just skipping to my normal complaint about the ending, I felt like I didn't say it out loud because I wasn't really sure, but like it became obvious as the movie progressed how it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's Alien versus Predator, but they don't want either of them to win. So both the Alien and the Predator are going to die in a way that's kind of cool. Yeah. And then the humans are going to be the real winners here. And that's exactly how it happened.
If I can say this, I thought the movie was fun.
It was a great movie.
Hold on. It was enjoyable to watch. I don't think I am so critical of it, because again, I think it's fun. It's not meant to be taken super seriously. But I will say, I did not like the ending.
Yeah,
I did not like it at all.
It was stupid. It was just
Mary Sue
being sued.
I was a little upset. Like I don't know. I will get to that in a second. I don't want to talk about it right now.
If she was like posthumously awarded, like if she died too.
Right.
Exactly. If everyone died in the fight, it would have been better.
Even
but
like
it would have made her feel like less of a freak.
I would have liked to have seen like Dalton get, or who we're calling Dalton.
No, it's fine. We established at the top.
They know,
right,
I know who we're talking about.
I know. But I would have liked to have seen him like get like possibly like pretty severely injured, like some more, like beaten
missing
up.
an arm,
but then actually like help kill the queen of some kind. And then they both get some kind of award, and then he goes back with his people, and he's like a kind of a big deal now.
Yeah.
But then, of course, I would feel better about that. But the fact that, like, at the very end, he also dies, and it's like, now it is all on you, this sole human. It's like
this random human who's a
it's
total
also,
bitch.
Because it's also it's from the perspective of they were watching. It's not like guys.
Yeah, they were just chilling out the whole time.
Yeah, they were just chilling out, watching this thing go down to like really judge your effectiveness, and after it was all said and done
Big
with,
Chief was holding up a 10 at like a judgment table.
Yeah, he's like,
job, Mary Sue.
8.5.
Whenever Dalton pulled off that sick ass spin,
the spear in the eye thing, that was badass, dude.
That's what I'm saying. I was like,
Chief was at the table going, that was good for him.
That was good for him.
Dude, wait, guys, write that down.
Right. I want that on the replay ASAP.
Right, exactly.
Getting top marks.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, if this dude makes it out of here, I'm gonna give him a big old high five. We don't do that here.
Right. But like I said, my discrepancies with it are more like in the details of the movie than like the action or the practical effects. All that stuff looked nice. It was a cool, fun movie. Again, not supposed to be taken seriously.
Right.
But it was some of the stuff that I couldn't really let slip past.
Right.
And I will say, and I don't mean it like in any.
It's a good background
I don't mean
movie.
I don't mean it in any. I don't mean any offense. But like the Italian guy character, what was his name? I can't remember what his name was.
Sebastian.
That's the problem. I don't know anybody's name. Don't even ask that question.
Yeah.
I like the idea of his character, but the execution of it, I was like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's like he's stumbling upon the correct information. But it's like it's too many times. It's like one thing to go like, okay, like I have one and I have one. Maybe it's two. And it's
surely
like,
if this
and then
is here, this must mean fucking this.
Yeah. But it's like there's multiple occasions where like he just looks on it and he's like,
this is it.
And like he's looking at dead bodies on a sacrificial altar, and he's like, they were all, again, obviously all of us can look at it and go, it's a sacrificial altar, and that's okay. That's the obvious. But what is the not obvious that he then starts to talk about is like he's like looking around, like looking at stuff and kind of pretending to read hieroglyphics. I almost said holographics. The hieroglyphics, And he's like, they were held in such high regard. And it's like, how do you know that? You don't know anything about this.
What is there to
civilization?
glean?
Exactly. But and it doesn't.
Well, and that one he said that it was considered an honor because they weren't like tied up, like they went willingly to sacrifice. I think that's what he was getting at there. But
yeah,
like
I do agree.
But there's a couple of
he-
times that like he does that
in the movie, everybody in the movie just makes heaping generalizations and assumptions,
Exactly.
and it's not. But the thing is, it's not taken or considered in the movie as a generalization or assumption. It's
Right.
put in as fact.
Right.
They're like,
Exactly.
they're like looking at these rocks. Here is an exact history of everything that happened
See,
and how we
that's the
worship
thing
the
that-
predator.
That's the thing that fucking baffles me. As soon as they get in there, they start
Yeah.
recognizing some of the
hieroglyphics.
some of the symbols. And
And before you know it,
that it's like
he's reading it like it's a freaking Cthulhu
Some
thing.
of this is Cambodian.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Egyptian right there.
Right.
It's like what do you mean?
Yeah. Well, and it's like even
I know it's a party of the best, but
even that's understandable, but it's like it's just like the movie says that at the beginning when we were talking about that scene. It
Yeah.
even like it makes an effort to go like maybe they're not fully correct because they don't quite know all of the interpretations of it.
Yeah.
So he's like, you may choose to enter. He's like, no, I think it's the correct or then the correct translation would be like only the chosen may enter, and it's like,
Right.
oh, okay, like so like even they make an effort to kind of like seem like we don't know, but we're
Yeah.
all making generalizations. But
we don't
or-
know.
yeah,
but
yeah.
we
But
got
then,
it.
but then later in the movie, like I can't remember this. There was a scene exactly that he says, oh, he's talking about. He like looks at the wall or something. And it's like everything is in like a base 10 system or whatever. So
Yeah,
and then
talking about
he's-
the Aztec calendar being metric.
right, and then he's like, it's metric. Everything's in base 10 or something. And he's like, so that means that
They're trapped in like this shifting like maze.
right.
everything
but the
resets
thing is,
every 10 minutes.
But the thing is,
what
like
he
it.
says.
But the thing is, we don't know that it shifts. We just know that like we stepped on a pressure plate and like a trap is set, and now we're all like secluded from each other.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and he says all that, and then of course he's like,
This is just
I
going
would-
to change in 10 minutes.
he's like, this is all going to change up in 10 minutes, and of course, and then right on
right
cue,
on, yeah.
it just starts changing, and he's like, you genius, and it's like,
yeah.
how did you?
It's the
So-
first time this has happened in millennia, probably.
right, but and it's not just like posed like maybe
They were in there for longer than 10 minutes as well, and nothing moved. That's also
Yeah.
the issue. They were visibly in there for longer than 10 minutes with no movement, and then so suddenly, big
Right.
shocker! Whenever he says it, things start moving every 10 minutes.
Right.
He looks at his watch, and then things start moving. Oh god! Like it. It's
but that
just-
was it's
I'm
that
gonna
kind
start
of stuff.
counting.
exactly.
I'll start counting down. See this
Count to 10 minutes.
Right. It's that kind of stuff that like kind of broke it for me where it's
Yeah.
like there's a couple more times where they're talking about the lore. I think he goes into detail about what happens eons ago. But again, he's not saying like perhaps or maybe or
yeah.
it's all like this is what happened and this is factual. The
Right.
end. And it's like
Yeah.
Okay, I guess.
we all just literally slid down a tube to get here. It was created by some space
Right.
gods.
Yeah. And they don't know anything.
Right,
But
right.
It's because it's an action movie and like it tells a story and it does what it's supposed to do very well, and I think it's good for that. It's worth a watch, but also
Yeah.
like it's worth a watch if you're willing to name the creatures Dalton, Alan, and Mary Sue, right? And then just
Right.
enjoy the movie
If you're in
because
a
I think it's
naming
enjoyable
kind
if you're
mood.
just cracking jokes to the right people.
Oh, definitely.
But it's not is not to be taken. And this was my issue with the original Alien was that I feel like as a horror movie, it's it's regarded as good, and people take it seriously as a horror movie, and I could not take it seriously because to me it was too ridiculous. But with this one, it seems like it's generally regarded as it's like an action movie kind of.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
a little
crossover.
Everybody knows how
It's
ridiculous
exactly. Well,
this
there's also
one
that
is.
I think people go into it with it's a crossover flick. You want it to have some action. That's really it. You know,
Right.
you don't need to be attached to the characters. And so I had a whole lot more issues with Alien than with this one. I mean, that being said, if we're trying to compare the two, I disliked this movie more, but I didn't take it as seriously.
That's a
so
win. I'll take it.
Exactly. I dislike this movie more than Alien if I'm trying to take it as seriously as Alien. However, I enjoyed it more than Alien because I knew that it was just action. It was just
Right.
badass, right?
Right.
So I think that it's like it's cool, it's good. It like I love the way that they like scarred certain creatures so you knew which
yeah.
one was who. That's why I could name them
Who
and
knew,
actually
who knew.
exactly. I messed that sentence up. I can't move it. It's fine.
I can't
But like
movie.
I I like that you can like
differentiate.
See.
Yeah.
So like whenever we named him Alan, he had the freaking net scarring, and I was like, oh, I should
Like,
totally name
The
him.
next scene, he shows up in front of the queen, and it's like, it's Alan.
Oh, here he is.
Exactly.
There's our boy.
It was a play on words of Alien, and I was like,
Right.
I'll just name him Alan, and then I realized that like, oh, he's got a cool scar now,
Yeah.
and I
A
named
cool couple of scars.
exactly. And so before I even had like the check, before he even really fought anything, the one that I named Bobby that fought Alan, I
Bobby
named
was a
him that.
fucking tank,
He
dude.
like killed one of them, and he didn't get a chance to mark himself yet, but he had like a
Mhm.
cool scratch like on his mask, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna name him Bobby.
He's rolling around on the ground with Alan for a bit.
Yeah, and then him and Alan fight, and then he dies, and I was like, no, Bobby.
Can we talk about that fucking fight?
That was such a badass fight. That's
Dude.
why I named him Bobby. That's why he lists. The first one died too quickly, so you rip that guy. He just nameless predator who died.
I really like how they nailed like a sense of scale between like a normal human and a predator.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
The
yeah,
motherfuckers are huge.
There's
Big
so much
guys.
silliness in the movie though, like the slow motion jump scene
Oh,
where he's
yeah.
just waggling his
There's
feet.
slow
This-
mo everywhere.
and
in
the
this
slow
film.
motion's not very well done as well. like it's not that it's there, it's just that it's not well done.
Right.
That's the funny
Well,
part.
this is also a movie from 2004.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's early.
So it's
stuff.
like, you know.
I feel like they were kind of playing with it, yeah. Because like there was a couple of scenes and I was like, I'm pretty sure that was CGI. That looked kind of
Oh,
bad.
yeah,
No, I was like,
definitely.
that looked kind of bad. And like
Right.
the fight between Alan and Bobby was good, but also like it looked
it was
like stop
intermittent.
motion. You
with
said
a
like
bit
stop
of
motion,
CGI.
like
they had rag dolls in there.
yeah. I mean, because you're again the resident expert here on movies, so like
don't you fucking
I always
ever again.
the fact. No, I've called him that like a million times.
I'm
If you
gonna-
listen to the podcast, so
And he agreed to it one time. Sorry. I will say. That was
probably
the
on
records.
like something that he considers himself an actual expert of,
Probably
like,
so.
like something that's
But
he's
we,
closer to.
But we both said it vaguely enough where I think he agreed to it and it's on record on the podcast somewhere. Hell
Anyway.
So
Anyways.
because he's the resident expert here,
Yeah.
and it's proven by the fact that I just mentioned the fight, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like there's like ragdoll and stuff."
Yeah,
like, he
yeah.
knows these things, right? So you would know more about it, but it looked kind of funky, right?
Yeah.
Like it was like
it's a mixture of like that crazy ass like shaky cam, which
Yeah.
I
there
fucking
was shaky,
hate.
and Ian mentioned it. Like it looked like there was like stop motion, almost
Yeah.
like miniature fight
Either-
parts. It was cool, but
Yeah.
it looked kind of weird. I don't know how to describe it.
Either it's like stop motion or just the frame rate was weird.
It was
Because
like first shot, yeah.
It felt
like
very
like 8 frames a second.
it felt very
That would
choppy.
That
but-
would, yeah.
Yeah.
So
But like,
I think my favorite bit of that like first like big fight is whenever Bobby hits Alan with the net. I love it so much. And he fucking he takes a
Good
tumble
old
into
Bobby.
the fucking catacombs. Or
Yeah.
wait, no, it was before that. Bobby
I like
has
those
just
nets.
performed a fucking giant swing,
yeah, right.
on
He spun
Alan.
him around,
hitting
man.
several pillars,
right?
tossing them
not,
aside.
not even he hits him real good on one pillar, like one side body hit,
Yeah.
then picks him up and proceeds to swing him around, and then
Yeah.
like 4 corners of a square knocks his head up against 3 of the 4 pillars.
Oh yeah.
Donk. You're
He
like,
did some
"Jeez,
damage.
man."
He did some
Yeah.
damage, and he finished the job.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah.
that's what it is.
As soon as he like throws him, he just starts making a mad fucking charge.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love
The stomping. I
Yes,
like the shaky
dude.
noise
It
of like the
was
ground
so
when they stomped.
good.
It was good. It was
Oh,
good.
man.
makes the motherfucker feel like just a giant.
Yeah, they're dummy things. Yeah,
Just-
their
Yeah.
armor weighs more than my car.
I
Yeah,
love it.
my
One
car only
thing-
weighs like 20 pounds. But
One thing I can say too is like they look sufficiently tall, but also wide.
They're
Oh, yeah.
huge.
They're not
dummy
just like
jacked.
they're like big guys, dude. It's crazy.
Fucking yoked.
but it's also worth mentioning I haven't seen Predator, so I know nothing. My every interpretation of Predator comes from this movie, so I don't actually know a dang thing about Predators.
We'll fix that.
Yeah,
Predator is a classic Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
I didn't know
It's-
he was in that movie.
He is the
Wait,
main
really?
character.
Let's not talk about it because I
No,
know
no,
nothing
yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's okay.
I know nothing about Predator,
Yeah.
and I'm sad that I even know this that they're badasses.
Yeah.
I'm sad that I even know
They're
this.
so cool.
But yeah, who was everyone's favorite character? Let's move on to that real quick. Mine was the
Favorite
Scottish guy. I
character.
thought he was funny. He has 2 kids. I don't know his name because the movie didn't want me to get attached to him. But he has 2 kids, and he was kind of flirting with the main character. But she's a Mary Sue, so you knew he wouldn't get with her.
All right.
Also, while you're at it, we can describe the movie in 3 words.
I liked, even though he wasn't technically our main character, I always try to stay away from choosing my favorite character to be the main character. But because the main character was the Mary Sue, I'm gonna say it's a pass. Dalton's my favorite character.
Yeah, no, I mean he kind of
Nice.
that checks out.
that guy from the get-go, it's like he was like the sleeper character. You have the guy in the front with the special mask, then you had the two guys
I
in
didn't
the back.
recognize any difference between masks. I must have missed that part.
The two guys in the background, which one was the first no name guy who died.
Weakling, yeah.
Yeah, they have on their face, like underneath their eyes, for like the regular guys, it's just like a smooth mask. Whereas for like the main guy who's like in the center, he had like a weird like respirator looking thing on the front of his mask.
Yeah, you ought to be able to look up a picture.
Yeah, but regardless, so the first guy, I was like, hey, he must be like kind of the leader of the team. His name was Bobby. So Bobby ends up like getting the scratch across his eye, but then he ends up
so cool.
He gets pretty cool. But the thing is, like, from the get go, even though like Dalton is kind of the who I would think is like I said, just like kind of a bodyguard or something.
One of the background guys.
Right. From the get-go, he just like turns around and just like chops the head off of a xenomorph like it's no big deal.
That delayed fucking decapitation.
Yeah. From the beginning, he was cool, and I liked everything about his fight with the queen. I thought it was really good. It was well done, even though he did get killed there, like because freaking Mary Sue distracted him. He turned around to figure something out and got stabbed.
Right.
Bitch.
Yeah.
So. I liked everything about his spin stab through the face. The fact that he threw that boomerang like 4 times and still spot on. It was really well done to make him really
his crude attempts at communicating with this lesser species of a woman.
Yeah, right. That somehow understood because I don't even need to say it.
Right.
But yeah, if I was gonna describe the movie in 3 words, it'd have to be Also, wait, before I even do this, I just thought about it. That whenever she picks up that freaking gun and he's like, kill me, and it has 1 bullet left in it, that scene literally couldn't have gone any other way. That was another obvious. She picks up the gun and I was like, still, even though it's a movie, there's got to be bullets in it. They're not going to put it in the scene and not fire it. We all know the drill. And then it has 1 bullet in it and she shoots it. And I'm like, yeah.
I made a joke because, again, before that gun is finished with, he our boy Seamus or whatever his name is just starts.
I wish I would have thought of that during the movie. I would have called him Seamus.
But it just starts unloading on all the face huggers before he inevitably gets taken out.
If you count the bullets shot from that gun, it's too many, right?
Oh, it's way too many.
That gun looks like the kind of gun that can have 9 tops bullets in it. Probably has 7. And the first guy he shot 4 times. I remember because he shot it once, and then whenever it fell down, he shot 3 more times to make sure it was dead.
Yeah.
And then the next scene, you hear him just unloading bullets off before he dies. At least 6.
But I mean,
it's too many.
In his defense, his last dying thing, I would have gone down swinging too, just start unloading the gun, dude.
I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying that too many bullets were fired from a gun for him to still have 1 shot left.
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to
But that's the thing was like,
got
again,
a little too excited.
Whenever she walks into the room, she sets down her hasn't even gotten a chance to use it yet.
Freaking tail spear.
Yeah, her handcrafted
and
tail
just
spear.
Gets rid of it. Doesn't even want it anymore.
Yeah, it just like sets it down.
Certified.
Bobby? No, actually, it was Dalton certified.
Yeah, Dalton certified. I mean, he put his seal of approval
same thing,
on it.
though, yeah.
I mean, yeah, exactly. It's just a Predator approval. That's all it needs.
Yeah.
And then
Bobby's the name brand, but it's still Predator brand.
Right. But she just picks up this gun that is
goopy gun that you don't even know if
absolutely
it fires.
covered in goop, and then just picks it up. I'm like,
100% genuine slime.
It's one thing if he can shoot underwater, but there's no rating on it that guarantees that you can shoot with that much goop inside of it.
Exactly.
Xenospooge.
I'm gonna make a gun that's Xenospooge. Xenospooge rated. Okay, it can still fire through the spooge. Okay,
gross. Yeah,
it's probably gonna be a musket, but that's besides the point. You just dry off the thing, and you just what is it?
Right.
You just make the fire.
Oh man,
make the wick.
Yeah, it's like a little hand cannon.
Exactly. Yeah, those things are so inefficient, but not the point. Oh man. So yeah, describe it, Dylan, in 3 words.
Oh boy.
Reptile pyramid extravaganza.
It's a good one.
Face hugger. That counts as one
Yeah,
word.
we'll hyphenate it. Yeah,
it's a hyphenate.
Face hugger vivisection marathon.
That one's a good one because it's big words.
Right.
Mine would be alien gooped firearms. Oh man.
What was? Oh wait. I wanted to my tongue
for this was get gooped.
Get gooped.
Get gooped upon.
Get gooped rightly.
I liked all the scenes where people would just I don't know if if anybody else would do it here. Okay.
You mean like just without hesitation?
I don't know if it's anybody else here, but if I'm going through an Aztec, Egyptian, what else, Cambodian,
pyramid prison maze.
Yeah, pyramid prison maze of.
That's a good 3 words right there.
Pyramid prison maze.
Yeah.
That was a good pyramid prison maze of what? What is it? Of baby manufacturing for aliens.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of things going on.
You know what? There is an assembly line. We saw it.
That's why I said. And of course, by the way,
these motherfuckers down to a science.
Right, exactly. By the way, is that a cloaca too?
Is that a cloaca too?
If I was going through all this and I just, stumbled across just a pile of sludge, of just slime, goop on the ground, the first thing I'm not going to do is just palm that shit. Why is it that every character's like, what's this? And then gets it all over their gloved hand. And then they do the little finger waggle thing where they want to see how slimy it is. They're trying to rub it off.
Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Really
that sure is gross.
Neat slime. They don't rub it on their pants or the ground. They don't try. They like the slime. They're into that. Right?
Like throughout this whole movie, no one hesitates
to touch the goop.
It. No, like they just immediately go for it.
The only one that I can get is maybe the predators because they're the ones that might actually know what this is because they know what to expect. But even then, every time there was at least like 3 different occasions where a predator bends over and touches the goop. So I just got to the point where every time someone bent over and touched the goop, I just said, because like, why does everyone bend? Everyone's like, oh my god, or like they bend over and they're like, they look at the slimed gun and they're like, I want that gun. Now I don't fault them for that,
right?
Because
it's not wanting that.
Because exactly, there's a gun on the floor, but they pick it up and they're like, and then they pick the gun up again. They don't even try and clean it or wipe it off. They don't try to see if they just.
Nah, I ain't got time.
They're like, goop.
Freaking goop aliens coming after me.
Whenever it's already been shown that these things bleed lava, you guys are just gonna trust their freaking. Their saliva. You're just gonna trust it,
dude. Okay, so like I will say, I didn't know that Wayland was in this movie.
Oh yeah, that was him.
I didn't know. Yeah,
the building better worldsman himself.
Right. Wayland Industries is the mining ship.
I don't know anything about it. Yeah.
No, it's from Alien, the original Alien. Mm-hmm. The mining ship that they're on is like a Wayland Industries mining ship. So he's like the company.
They're the ones that are always trying to get their hands on the xenomorphs to use as like fucking bioweapons.
But he dies in this movie.
Right. But that doesn't mean his like.
What are we to?
He still has a few descendants he can
and
leave the rest
to. We're to believe that his descendants somehow caught on to what happened here and made
supposedly,
the things.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to feel. I was like, but he died. He died kind of early. Yeah. Well, not really early, but he.
I love that scene too. Of like the fact that that was a cool the predator scene. really examines him. I actually think it was Dalton, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like really examines him, and he's like, "You're not worth like the kill because you're just like
sick.
You're just sick,
fucking weak,
sick old man. I'm not gonna kill you. I'll spare you this
time.
time.
Not even worth the notch on my belt.
And then like
it wouldn't even be a notch.
He gets pissed off and he's like, "You can't walk away from me." And then tries to like
and uses his albuterol inhaler as a flamethrower. Salty about it. Okay, you don't have to be a medical professional. No, that's not how that shit works. Because those things sprit. Like if you've ever used an inhaler, you know, all my asthma peeps out there. It's a one spritz thing. They're metered. It's called an MDI for a meter dose inhaler.
It's fault that anyone and everyone is going to think that any kind of spray can be used as like a flamethrower.
First off, we can establish that I don't even think albuterol is flammable. Okay, I don't. It's not. As far as I'm aware, it's a liquid.
Unless it's just oxygen. He has that big old tank.
Now, I'll admit that like if it's in its like powdered form, you could kind of say like with flour how it all you could say that,
cornstarch or whatever.
But they're called they're called MDIs for it's a meter dose and it's 60 micrograms.
But he also again. This guy got.
What is? You think he's just rapidly thumbing the thing? He's gonna flare. He's just rapid.
No. But he does have. I mean, his defense, he also has like a scuba tank worth of albuterol or whatever it is. Yeah. But anyway, so again, like after he does that, he just turns around and just like guts the guy.
Just kills him immediately.
I mean, obviously, I don't blame him. It's like I spared you.
What the fuck are you?
You try and flame me. It's like okay, I'm done.
That's what I get for giving you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, exactly.
I love
showing mercy.
How quickly he not only did it, but then moved on. Like Dalton, bona fide badass. Yeah. He turns around, runs the guy through, and then when he just rolls down the stairs and just keeps walking.
Yeah. I mean, I tried, but whatever.
Right? Yeah.
Punk.
Yeah.
Little bitch.
Next time, know your place.
Yeah. Jeez, man. What a wild
fun
ride.
movie.
Overall, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I love the animation of the nuke in this one, like the
the
wrist nuke thing
Yeah.
is really cool.
I'm sad that the shoulder cannon didn't get used that much, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was hoping he was gonna left and right, plow some of those guys down.
Right,
you
right.
know? Left and right, just
As it should
But he
be.
did it for a minute. He shot 4 or 5 of
Oh
them.
yeah.
And that's the only thing that they've got.
I like to call that scene the Xenomorph shooting gallery.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's the only thing that they've got that's really advantageous. Because in all honesty, the aliens are just naturally dangerous,
Yeah.
and the predators have all of their armor. It's kind of like saying Batman's not actually intimidating because without all of his armor and weapons and cool tool belt, he's just another guy who's just
Right.
ripped. Who can fight, but he's ripped.
Right.
So, but it's same thing. Where these predators are just ripped, yoked aliens.
Yeah,
And-
who in their own defense
They got
can,
the
can
equipment.
kick ass.
And I'm not saying that they can't maybe hand to hand fight one, but
Right.
generally speaking, the odds are stacked against them.
Right.
Yeah.
And they
Once
have all
the-
their sick armor and all of their cool
Right.
weapons, and that's how they make it work.
It's called a plasma caster. That's what it's called.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like freaking Wookiee bowcaster.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm gonna call it a bowcaster now.
Right.
So he's got his shoulder mounted bowcaster, and now you're like, now he stands a chance,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And then immediately gets cut off, and I'm like, but why?
But why?
I like
Because they
that.
had to make room for Mary Sue. She was.
Yeah,
it was-
sorry,
she
I
was taking
forgot.
up.
She had to save the.
She
I'm gonna
was
leave.
taking up too much. Oh,
Her
man.
spotlight was being taken by the freaking predator.
Yeah.
Dude, like I said, the ending made me sad when it all
Yeah.
came down to it with that kind of stuff. I was
Yeah.
like, man, that sucks because she was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not saying she was a bad character. I'm just saying that
I
I think
am.
that Dalton was a better character.
I'll say it. I didn't
Yeah.
like her character from day freaking one. Every line that she had was cringe. I'll be.
Yeah.
Wasn't a fan. She actually had a couple of cool scenes that made me think that I was going to end up being redeemed and liking the character. And they were all.
She even got really sad whenever she had to kill Sebastian. And it's like, I understand that, but again, it's like
So call him Dr. Italian.
Dr. Italian.
Captain Italy.
Whenever she had to go shoot Mario in the face. So it was like,
It's almost like when she popped a cap at Mario, she almost had emotion for a second.
Luigi.
It's a me.
It's a me. I'm a Xenomorph. Oh man! But I thought,
almost had
but
emotion.
even in that moment, I still thought Dalton was a cool character
Oh, yeah.
because he's like getting ready. He's like,
He
okay, here we
immediately
go.
went for the kill.
I mean, for good reason.
yeah,
Let's
he
be
knew.
honest. But then like,
Understandably,
And
so he went
then-
for the jugular.
yeah, but then hold on, wait, we'll get there. But whenever she she stops and panics. This is the part with the one bullet we're talking about. She's like,
the one bullet scene.
she stops and she's like, no, please, hey, stop, don't kill him or whatever. And he's like, I'll give you some time.
Like, okay, fine.
Yeah, and then of course he's like respectful in that moment, and of course like she's just like wavering and crying as this menacing presence is just like
behind her, like he's gonna beat her up.
yeah, like
It's like, I'll
dad's
kill you
watching.
if you don't kill him.
he's like locked and loaded, ready. And goes like, just in case you don't shoot
If you're
him,
too much of a
trust
bitch, I'll
me."
do it.
He's got a fucking death worm in his chest, okay?
Yes, yeah. You falter, I will not. Watch me.
I have no attachment to you weaklings.
Yes.
I actually also hated that scene, her as her character, because for a moment she seemed like she had emotion, which is
Right.
cool. I do like that. Wow. But the problem is that she goes from "I'm not gonna kill him" to literally the next time it pans away from her and pans back to her, she's raising the gun
I'm
against
gonna
him.
kill him.
She
Yeah.
said, "I'm not gonna do it." It pans to him. He didn't even say "do it" yet, and then it pans back to her, and now she's trying to kill him. I was like, "You just told the alien the predator, Dalton, to not kill him, and then
Yes.
now you're going. What do you? Don't
I
kill him. He's mine." Like what?
Yeah.
And so that happens. And,
But then yet again, in true badass fashion.
After she kills Sebastian,
Yeah.
Freaking
Dalton
Dalton goes
walks up, does a preliminary scan just to be sure, because he knows she didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
shoot it in the
Kill
right
the
spot.
xenomorph.
Yeah.
Thing's still wriggling around in there. He jumps out of the dude's chest. Motherfucker catches it
Oh
midair.
yeah. Like catching an
Lets
arrow.
him squirm for a bit, snaps his neck with
With
his
his
finger.
thumb.
So, and I asked how he snapped its neck because I didn't see his thumb move. So I just saw a scene of him holding the little worm and then its neck snapping, and his thumb was still like hitchhiker's thumb back. So,
Yeah.
Right.
so I was
He's
like,
holding it like this at first, and
Yeah.
then he just
yeah, exactly. And so I didn't see him move his thumb, and I
Yeah.
was like, I wanted him to just like crush it,
Yeah,
like
squeeze
just
it.
like yeah, right, like just You know, that would have been really cool. Blood
Yeah.
everywhere, but also like acid blood or something. So
Right.
Right.
it makes sense what he did, but also I looked at Dylan and I said, did he just use his mind, his force powers to snap its
A
neck?
little known fact: predators are well
Also,
known for their psychokinetic
Something
powers.
about
Right.
midichlorians or whatever.
That's why he can fly when he jumps. He just uses the force.
Oh my god.
Oh my
It's all coming together.
He's rift walks through the
Right.
the waggling arms and legs.
So
That's how he stays afloat with
Right,
the
yeah, yeah.
waggling. Yeah.
As long as a predator keeps does the
It's like
doggy
treading water.
just the
They
doggy
can-
pattern. Yeah, he can float in the air.
They most people tread
man.
water. Predators, they can tread space.
And they can tread oxygen. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
I just want to see a predator do this now and just do a little doggy paddle in the air.
I want to
It's
see
like
someone get an
floating.
authentic predator suit and do silly TikTok dances. I want to see a predator do silly TikTok dances
God.
with like not like the annoying ones, like the silly
oh,
ones.
yeah,
The ones where they're like shaking their butt and they have their little hand, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
funny
Oh my
ones,
God.
not the gross annoying ones where they're just
Right.
like trying to look cool. Those aren't cool.
Right.
Oh man.
Holy shit!
I guess I have to watch Predator.
Yes, you
Oh
do.
man. Well, this is the end of Spooky Month, I believe.
No. We got one
We
more.
got one more.
Wait,
One more in the
one of them came
chamber.
out. One of them's coming out Friday.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Or-
Yeah,
and then I'm trying to
don't
figure
don't
out-
give away our secrets yet.
No, I mean I can give away the secrets. We recorded a lot because we had to.
Yes.
I've got one coming in
Oh,
for the end of the month.
Yes.
It's a real special one that I've been looking forward to.
Is it
You're
Halloween?
not gonna tell me, so we're gonna
No, of
just
course
move
not.
on. Because there's no reason to make that statement if you're not going to tell me,
Yeah, I
and
ordered
I
it
don't
a
want you to
couple
tell
days
me. So
ago.
shut your mouth.
but is it actually like a spooky one? Because
Oh, yeah.
I would say this is a
Oh,
little
yes.
less.
This is
spooky.
action.
It's
I
gonna
think
be
we got with
spooky.
The Fly and also my love of The Fly. We got our spooky in.
Oh,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
That
for
was
sure.
good.
Oh, just
That was
you
good
wait.
AF.
Yeah,
Good AF.
good AF. But yes,
I'll get
but
you with this next
So
one.
there's one more
well, yeah,
spooky month
yeah,
episode.
whenever you're listening to this, obviously you
Oh
will
yeah,
realize.
because I was supposed to like come in later, and we actually managed to make it work today.
right.
I
Exactly.
It's all coming
It's all coming together.
together.
Hey, I've already talked about this because we've already, again, just a little future planning. I'll go ahead and do a little teaser now.
Right.
We have a future episode coming out that we recorded with Chase. It's a little sequel to one we already did in the past with him. So that's so we're doing really good like planning episodes, but it's also kind of confusing right now because there's so
Yeah.
many moving parts now.
That'll be the one that the earliest that we've ever recorded.
Yes,
like a future release.
Right.
for a future release.
Yeah.
Which is actually kind of cool. Makes me feel really excited about it. Getting some hype over that one. You guys want to say anything else about this wonderful movie?
Good.
It's good.
Yeah. You should watch it.
Funny.
My ending consensus is you should still watch it. I mean,
Yeah.
It's still a fun movie.
Oh,
fun.
yeah. It's
Just-
historic.
You know what's it's good to watch watch it with. Just like probably a little bit of alcohol.
Oh,
I'll be honest. If you and the
you
boys got
also-
together with some whiskey, that'd be hilarious.
you also know
drink.
what the one thing I didn't mention, talking about our guy Sebastian that I was kind of hating on.
Mario, yeah.
Luigi?
Mario, yeah, our boy Luigi walks up to this sarcophagus and immediately knows what it is.
Oh,
and then not only
God.
that, he sees like
Yeah.
the
This
Mayan
scene,
calendar.
I actually wanted to leave on this scene.
he looks at this like Mayan calendar. He's like, oh, days, months, years, and then he's like,
oddly enough, months again.
right.
I love that.
We joked around. We're like, look at that, more months.
He said because he says days. He moves over and then he says months. And he looks in the middle, and I was like, oh, wouldn't it be great if he said, oddly enough, months again.
What does it mean?
Right.
No, but like in that moment, it's like, again, there's no like.
It's stupid. That seems stupid.
It's like because again, there's also no context. Like there's
Yeah.
no. It doesn't like there's. It doesn't.
They just waltz upon it.
Because they don't elaborate. It's like whenever he
Doesn't elaborate. Continues.
yes, it's like he looks at it and is like, the date right here says 1904.
Yeah.
And again, it's like it's already weird. But then
Yeah, right.
But then
what does that matter?
exactly. But then our Mary Sue character is like, that's 100 years ago. And it's like, wait, was someone down here 100 years ago? And then of course
I
they
would
just
guess.
they
Yeah,
don't
it looks
they
like
don't
it.
but they-
Probably.
they don't say anything about it though. And then just like he's like, what's the date today? And it's like 10/10/2004, and he's like, that's it. And he just like plugs it all
And
in.
even the people in the movie say, do you really expect this to work? Even the cast say, do you really expect this to work?
That's crazy.
And
If we had watched this 2
yesterday?
days earlier, it
Oh,
would
wait.
have been real time.
No
it's
way.
No, it's midnight one day earlier. This time.
No, because today's the Oh wait.
It's midnight. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So if we watched this at the same time, yeah, it would have been 10:10.
Missed opportunity.
Well, also
I
now
mean,
we
I
gave
think
away
it's
that this is
close
recorded
enough.
in advance. We gave that away as well.
That's okay.
This movie happened 2 days ago.
Right,
So
right.
my actually
Take
there's
our word
also
for it.
like it's 2004, so there's like also like 20 years ago. So
16 years ago, yeah.
it's now 15 years. No, wait, no, sorry, 17 years ago. I'm bad at math, and I wasn't trying to do math
Yeah.
today. So
I wasn't trying to do math today.
yeah,
Thank you very
exactly. I
much.
was trying to not mess my one day off. So I just like a movie. They also love to do the thing where they say what they're seeing, even though it's on screen.
Yes.
So you walk up, and I was like, it's a sarcophagus. Let me guess. He's going to say, and the guy says, that's why, because they also, every time they come across hieroglyphics, they touch them, and they say, hieroglyphics. That's why, every time I touch goop, that's why I started saying, because it's like, the movie does a good job at everything else, right? So he goes up and says, it's a sarcophagus. Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Yes.
Right after Mary Sue says, this is directly below where we were before, because the glow stick, which is below
Yes,
it.
yes.
Big shock.
We just
Wow.
watched a guy drop a glow stick down a shaft and it fell down on the ground. And he's like, I think there's something down there, like an extra room.
Also, he cracked that glow stick by twisting the tip. I don't know how that works, but okay.
Yeah.
He twisted one of
But
the
they're
ends,
like-
and the whole thing lights up like a light bulb. I was like,
they all
okay.
they all walk into the room and everyone's looking around and she's like, this is the room underneath the sacrificial chamber. And I was like, no shit,
Wow.
there's the glow stick on the ground.
Right. Novel concept. I would have never have guessed. So then he walks up, reads somehow,
Oh,
and then
man.
he somehow knows that you can move the dates.
Yeah.
How does he know that?
Well, again, that's kind of a Mayan calendar
Yeah.
thing, so that's kind of understandable because I
So
think
he's-
they work that way.
He somehow just knows that he's like, oh, I'm just going to move him around. And then just puts today. And not only does he do that, he also refuses to elaborate. And the movie refuses to elaborate on why today's date is put in, and the thing just opens.
Yeah.
At the conclusion of the movie, I can only assume that the date is put in because the aliens are trying to go there, and the predators are trying to go there, and they're supposed to put the thing in to get their cannons to kill them.
Right.
After they kill
You put today's date in to then, get your prize.
I can only assume that they put today's date in because of the Predators, but that doesn't explain how the main cast of the movie knew to put the date in. If the Predators put the date in, well, that just makes sense. They just use the same calendar we do. That's weird, but whatever.
Yeah.
But instead, nope. They're like, let's put today's date in. And even the movie's like, do you really expect this to work? And he's like, worth a shot. And then
It freaking
works.
Like I said, I just want to throw that tidbit in there because I knew there was
it was silly.
another situation where they're just like, this is factual evidence. And you're like, how do you know? And then it just works. I'm like, well, shit, I can't say you're wrong because you're not.
great.
It's not that you're wrong. It's just that you're dumb.
It's
You
just
suck.
It's just that giving me information doesn't work. that way.
This is a movie of people getting really, really lucky, but still all dying. That's what this is. They all got really lucky and still died.
Luckily unlucky.
Yeah, all right.
Anyway.
That's just lucky. The outcome was the best it possibly could have been for all those assholes. And Mary
Jeez.
Sue, I mean, that
Oh, gosh,
it couldn't
please.
have. It wasn't going to go bad.
I
for
wish
her.
that they just would have like flown away and this, would have popped off a plasma shot.
Quick little laser.
just,
and it's like-
just killed her.
Yeah, they gave her trophies. Like, thank you. Now
Yeah.
escape because we're gonna blow this place to the ground.
right.
See,
Just
normally that would be the case because they do not want any witnesses.
Right.
No
To their-
way for anyone to know.
But they
about them.
respected
Yeah.
her or some garbage, and now she's
Right.
an honorary predator, which is
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, they did that whole story arc right in a series of comics where you follow an actually likable lady that
nice,
becomes a predator.
Oh, interesting.
sweet, but like a tiny bite-sized predator because the other
Yeah.
ones are gigantic and she's
a
human.
predette.
Yeah,
I'm not sure we're gonna ever watch this, but supposedly, Dylan, at the end of this movie, there is a chest burster that pops out.
We're watching
and it is a predalien,
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like,
It
I've
is-
heard
we're
of it.
watching it.
I was explained what a predalien is, and also the fact that there's Alien versus Predator Requiem, a second movie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And I'll be
a
honest,
second coming.
right? Yeah,
So bad.
I'll be honest. It's even worse. It's
even
worse. Okay, in that case, I have to watch it for the podcast because that one. If you're saying
I was
this one-
told this was a good one, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is a good one." And I was like, "Uh-oh."
So it's worth
Comparatively
mentioning.
speaking.
Whenever I found out that this was AVP, Dylan said. Also, like I want you to know, this is widely known as like kind of like a not great movie,
Right.
but like people like it because it's a crossover. And-
Right.
And I could have expected that, but you saying it helped. So I was like, okay, cool. I can see how it's considered this and it's still enjoyed. The fact that you're just straight up saying that the next movie is just so bad makes me want to watch it. You need to go on ahead and find it on Amazon. I'll pay for it. I can't.
Dude, I think they had it at Second and Charles.
Oh,
No way.
I haven't.
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't been there since like second time we went there. So
Yeah.
it has been
Interesting.
a while, so.
Well, anyways, thank you so much for listening. I'm glad that you were able to stick around. And
Yes, you.
yes, you specifically.
I'm glad you listened for 43
Watch out,
minutes.
there's an alien behind you, please.
Oh God, no! It's just Dalton. You're fine. He's
Oh yeah, he's cool.
He's,
Yeah,
he's a
Dalton's
homie.
cool.
Yeah,
Actually,
he's a nice guy.
I sent Dalton so that he could say hey.
Just know that if you don't do the deed, he will kill
Yeah,
the
he'll
other person
execute.
and you.
If you don't have the guts to do it, then he'll kill you, and then he'll do
If
it
you
himself.
prove to even slightly be a liability, he will
Oh,
end
yeah.
you.
Trust me.
I was really hoping and knew he wouldn't. Was gonna kill Mary Sue there. Whenever she was like, "I'm coming with you, ugly," I was hoping he was just gonna
turns
be
right
like,
around,
just
Oh my
decapitates
God!
like-
her.
We don't need to talk about more of this movie because we're already. I mean, I guess we can. But the fact that she's like, "I'm coming with you," and I was like, "Did you not see that hulking monster just absolutely annihilate that creature?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Dude, you don't get the right." Again, we're having this discrepancy where she's trying to call the shots with everyone else in this movie.
Yeah,
But the
I
second
hated
that the predator walks up and starts absolutely
And she's
wrecking
still calling the
ass,
shots?
she's trying to call the shots. I was like, "You're gonna get your cheeks clapped."
Yeah, I don't
Jesus.
fucking
Not in the
think
good
so.
way.
Not in the good way.
So, yep, there you go.
Anyways, if you're
Dalton.
looking for us, you can find us on our Linktree /Ian Wolf. You can see all of our links there. You can also just type in the Aftermath on all your pod-catching platforms, and you should be able to find us there. But anyways,
May Bobby be with you.
hey, Bobby, rest in peace, Bobby.
Rest in peace, Bobby.
And
Rest in
Dalton.
peace, Alan. Oh, also the last scene we have to mention now that we've made our links is the fact that Alan and the Unchained, the scene where all the aliens are together before they die, and they look like they're like a freaking Backstreet Boys
That was
album
so
cover.
good.
Yeah,
I need to-
Alan. I think it was the Mother Django,
Yeah.
Alan, and the rest of her Unchained
Yeah,
brethren.
exactly. It was,
Yeah.
So, and we said Alan and the Unchained looks like an album cover, and I couldn't find the picture. But yeah, so
Yeah.
Like, I just need a freeze frame with some fucking
exactly.
Beastie
Let's
Boys
watch the
kicking
movie
in.
again
Right.
and find find that scene.
Okay. Anyways, until next time.
Bye bye.
See ya.
Bye bye.